I was so excited, I forgot to tell y'all, certain things, exercise is very important. Staying busy. Don't let this disease beat you. All right. It's all a mindset. But I'm going to tell you straight up like this. It's not easy to stay consistent. You have to do a little each day. Okay. When I started out, I was scared to death. I was like, what is this multiple sclerosis? I never heard of this. Is that something that Richard Pryor had? Is that something that Montel Williams had? Man, I don't know nothing about this. Why me? I mean, like, really? Yeah, that was like, that would happen to anybody. But what I did do is I did my research and I found out that, wow, you can stop this. You can control it. That don't have to be your outcome, because all the stories I was reading was horrible, taking medication, shooting themselves up with needles and having flu-like symptoms. I didn't want that. I did not want that. So I rolled the dice. I was like, listen, if I'm gonna, how would I say? I'm trying to keep it as transparent as possible. Sitting in that doctor's office, but I have my family, my ex-wife who's, I'm now no longer married. I mean, we still cool, but, I'm no longer married. But sitting in that office and making a choice and having medication in front of me, all these medications, Tysabri, Copaxone, you name it, Gelenium and all that, none of that stuff was around. And Ribiv and all that, the MS medication, the ABC drugs, that's what I call them. And having the doctor come out kind of like it was Skittles and saying, here's the medication. So I asked him, which one do I choose? Which one do I use? Works for me. He said, choose one. I'm like, what? Choose one? So I'm like, wait, hold up. Just choose one? The first thing that came to my mind is like, the side effects. What's the side effects? And I asked him, what's the side effects? He said, minimum. That's how they always sugarcoat it, minimum. But I said, okay, let me do my research. Let me go home and do my research. And doc, I'll let you know what I'm going to do on my next visit. So I went home, did some research and saw all the terrible side effects, read all the stories. I mean, I dig deep. I mean, I did extensive research like I was in college. You understand? Because it was my life depended on it. You understand? And I have an A-type personality. And people with MS, I don't know if you know this, we all got A-type personalities. Check it out. Study it. You'll see. All right? A-type personalities. Look it up. That is a prerequisite for MS. We always get doing things. We never satisfied. We get upset. Our patience is short. That's part of it. Okay. So if you look back in your life and, you'll see the symptoms was always there. They might have been partial, but they was always there if you reflect back as I did and said, whoa, when I was in my 20s, what was that little tingle there? And it went away. Oh, later on, why did I get these headaches? And it went away and I was good. But it was building up. That's what it was doing. And then, bam, out of nowhere, it caught an attack. It was like, whoa, thought I had a stroke. Knocked me to the ground. I'm like, what is this? Thought I had a stroke. Nah, that was the MS attack. But that's when the first damage was done on the myelin sheath. Okay? The body was inflamed. The nerves was inflamed. So whatever was attacking it, different viruses or whatever, causing it to inflame, it was united. Now it was like fire on those veins. Not veins, but nerves. Okay? So, I mean, it was frightening at first. But once I started researching and learning about MS and how to control it and read all the books, learned from Dr. Roy Swank, learned from the OMS diet, learned from even Terry Wall's a little thing, because at that time, we both were struggling, which was kind of crazy. I was doing research and she was doing research and and she was new on YouTube and stuff like that, and I was new in research, but we was both trying to figure it out. And I was paying attention to her story. It was like, oh wow, gave me inspiration. But it was all happening at the same time. She was just a little ahead of me on things like that, like on her, because she was fighting secondary progressive MS. And it was like, wow, but I was just being newly diagnosed. But they put these labels on relapsing remitting MS, secondary progressive MS, but nobody really knows the different levels, because some people come in with secondary progressive MS, and that's at a worst stage where certain medications won't work. Well, I chose not to take any medication at all, and never took any medication at all. Okay? And when I say medication, I'm going to say I never took any ABC drugs. Okay? Now, I have nothing, against those drugs if you choose to take them. You understand? Because some people might need it based on the progression of the disease. If it's moving fast, you got to do something to stop it. So you got to do what you got to do. But however, don't forget about your diet. Okay? Because I've seen people, and when I tell you, I've seen people take the medication, but don't change their diet, and their condition gets worse. And I also have come into contact with people who practice certain diets and was able to reverse it. Okay? So it's up to you, man. You make the decision, but do your research. Anything that I say, do your research on. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a person who's proactive in his health. Yes, I have MS, multiple sclerosis. Okay. Doesn't change who I am. MS don't define me. Okay. People still love me. Right? I didn't change. You understand? But it can make you change, so you think other people around you gonna change. But you gotta remember, life goes on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta surround yourself around people who love you, who care about you, who cares about your well-being, and forget about those other people. And I don't knock them because they got their own lives. But remember this, we all gotta walk that sickness in health one day, whether you 50, 40, 100, you can't escape sickness. All right? I'm happy at the fact I know what I have. You see what I'm saying? You see? So I'm dealing with it, and I've been dealing with it for years. And thank God he's been protecting me, and he has afforded me the opportunity to come in contact with others, people who is trying to control their disease without medication. Hey, I mean, like, I got so many thoughts, and that's that A-type personality. I got so many thoughts just rambling that I want to share with you. But I know that they only, is according to YouTube, you ain't supposed to really do long videos because people don't like long videos. So I'm going to keep it short. All right. And I will be sharing with you my MRI results so you can see as proof. And those who've been watching my journey know that I was diagnosed with MS a long time ago, and it's years later. Okay? You saw me on the Paul Neeson Raw Life show. All right, so go back to that. Research that, which got a lot of reviews on that. Okay, so check it out. And I'll get right back at you. Peace.